Okay guys, last time we looked at how to look at a name of ionic compound and then write the formula. Alright, so now we're going to look at a formula and then determine how to write the ionic compound name from it. And we're looking at how to write it, ionic compounds with the transition metals. Alright, now one thing we got to be very careful of is making sure that we actually have a transition metal. Alright, so that's where a periodic table comes in hand. Now if we remember guys, our transition metals are going to be this middle block right here. Okay, so I see that I have copper, that's Cu. Okay, I see that's in the middle block. Alright, bingo, got a transition metal. What I need to do next, alright, make this easier on yourselves, I need to write out these elements. Okay, I need to separate them first. So I'm just going to do Cu2 and then S. Okay, and then I'm going to write the charges. I'm going to write a 1 as a subscript next to the element that doesn't have any next. Alright, so because we know that if there's no number next to it, it's automatically implied that we have a 1, just like in math when we write an X. You know, in an equation we don't write 1x, okay, we just write X. Anyways, before we wrote the charges, we did the crisscross. So I brought down my charges right here, brought down my charges right here. Okay, that's how I get these subscripts. Now we're going to do what's called the reverse crisscross. So I'm just bringing this charge from the bottom up, bringing this, not the charge, the subscript, I'm bringing the subscript from the bottom to the top. Okay, and I can rewrite these. So I have Cu1 and then S2. Now I've got to find the charges of each element. Okay, I know that my sulfur is on the right side of these metalloids. That makes it a nonmetal, and we know that all nonmetals are going to be anions, a negatively charged anion. Okay, I know that's in group number 6, so my charge is going to be, it's going to be a -2. Okay, that makes my transition metal, of course, a metal. They're going to be a cation, so it's a +1. Okay, now we've got to make sure that the charges on the nonmetal are going to match what we found on the periodic table. So like we just said, we found sulfur to be a -2. Okay, so it matches it. We're good there. All right, now let's actually write out the name. Okay, all I'm going to do is I'm going to write out the name of the metal. That's going to stay the same. So I have copper. But now, remember, for writing the name of a transition metal, I always have to write my charge. So I need to put that in Roman numerals and in parentheses. I have copper. I have 1 as a +1, so I write my charge out, okay? And then finally I write my nonmetal. But remember, I can't just write sulfur. I gotta change the ending to an IDE. So it'll be sulfide. That's my name. Oops. Okay, let's try one that's a little bit trickier. Alright, so I have PbO2. First of all, let's see if I have a transition metal. Okay, I find that Pb is right here in the transition metal block. Alright, so I know I'm dealing with the Pb here. So what I got to do is I'm going to write out, I'm going to separate my elements. Okay, I'm going to add the 1 to the element that doesn't have a subscript because it's implied. So I'm going to write a 1. Then, again, I'm going to have to do my reverse crisscross. So my 1 goes up here, my 2 goes up here. I'm going to rewrite that. I got a charge of 2 for lead, charge of 1. Now, I find my charges of each element. I know that my oxygen's a nonmetal, making it a minus. I know that my lead is a metal, so making it a plus. Okay, but the only problem here, if I look at step number 5, my oxygen is in group number 6. which normally means that my oxygen is going to have -2, which I don't have here. So I have a big problem, okay? But what I can do is I can multiply both charges with the same number to find the nonmetal's true charge. So I know that oxygen's true charge is a -2. So what I can do is I can multiply by 2. So it'll give me -2 charge for the oxygen and a +4 charge for the lead. Found my charges, we're good. Now let's actually write out the name. So I know Pb, I look at Pb, I find lead. I write the charge of the transition metal with a Roman numeral. It is +4, so it's just 4, Roman numeral. And then oxygen, remember, becomes oxide. That's it.